Welcome all to another weekly outlook. Boone here from EWPRO. So starting with the DXY, sorry. We got the 5 down. We got a WXY up. I'm ruling this out as an X2 because it's a lot larger than this here. But we can get a Y and then either this goes and breaks the low or we get another one up. We can still get another one up for some sort of a flat in here for another one up. Like I've been saying for ages, we had this bull hidden, and it was only last weekly outlook where that bull hidden actually become confirmed to trade as bull hidden. Like I said last week, it's only just become confirmed to actually trade it as bull hidden. Going down to the H4, now the reason, another good thing is like we had this 333 in here completing that wave Y. So that's why I was saying, like back here or whatever, we'll probably break this trend line, take out that bull hidden, and we'll get a larger correction in here for more downside. And this is all the correction. But we still had that bull hidden, and that bull hidden is still in play on the daily. We're looking for this A, B, C. We're still to hit that target. We're still not down to that 100 fib yet. And I said why this trend line here holds. You can look for sells last week. On the H1, we did have bear hidden here. So if you got in on this sell, so we got a sharp move down, and I was sort of just looking for a correction in here. Instead, it gave us a deep correction up here, and we got that bear hidden. So I dare say this low will be broken, and you got 100 fib here. You'd be aiming for that, at least that 100 fib. And your second target, I'd be looking at that H4 100 fib. This was actually confirmed as well, this bear hidden. So if you got a sell set up on it, you've done well. AU on the daily. So we still haven't hit that 100 fib on the daily. We've broken out of the trend line, like I've been saying for a few weeks now. We can look at this as a running flat. But this is looking very corrective. This is looking very corrective. So if we go down to the H4, we got the complete C wave down with bullish divergence. We got the WXYX. We're looking for that Z up, and then we got a sharp move down. So we got two impulses. So we got an impulse, and we're getting another impulse. So we'll get a correction in here, and then we'll get another one up. It may go and break that top for a running, or it may become an expanding flat. So you get an A, B, C as a running or expanding, or it just turns into an A, B, C, and then we'll get another one down here for an A, B, C. So we need to wait to see what correction we get. If we go down to the H1, see, this is we can go and break this top on the H1 because we have bull hidden here. So this can go, like I was explaining just before, this can go A, then you get a B, and then you get a C, just breaking that top, and then you get one down for a larger running or expanding flat. So that's what I'm looking at, basically. You know, it's early days, but once you get 1, 2, 3 impulses, you're going to get this correction, and then you go. So wait for your correction. I'd be waiting for a correction rather than a flat. Because on the H4, excuse me, we do have that bear hidden. EU. Again, not much has changed from last week. We never got to this 100 fib on the daily, and this is looking corrective. And we got a complete structure in here on the H4. So like I said last week, we can sort of look, I don't like this, but we can sort of look at it as a running flat. I don't like it as that because this is corrective and this is corrective. So it makes it hard, but we can only do what we do, what price gives us. So we got, last week, I think, we're looking for this C up. I didn't like this because it was just one way. But now we can sort of start looking at it as a flat here. I still don't like it because this is too sharp. This is more impulsive. So I don't really like it, but we have to go with what price action's given us at this time. So we can sort of look at this as your flat in here. I'll have to adjust these. The 100 fib. So your wave C's up here at the 100 fib up here. So if you do get a buy setup, you can look for a buy setup on the H1. So if we go down to the H1, see again, we have bull hidden here, in here. So we got the Z up to finish off that H4 wave A. Then we get an A. This was very impulsive. So that's why I don't really like this as the flat, because it's impulsive. It's not corrective. But we can still look for this top to be broken. I think we going off the DXY and AU and that, I think we're going to get a bit more upside. So you'd be targeting 100 fib up here. But this is, yeah, see, I don't really like this as a flat, but that's all we can go with, really. For the sell, if you're looking for the sell, you got to wait for the trend line break and a bearish setup, you know, to sell it. At the current time, you'd be looking for a bullish setup. Like you'd be waiting for a bullish flag in here or a buy setup. There was a buy setup on it, you know, down here for that bull hidden, and it was confirmed. This bull hidden, it was quite deep. It was actually in here. To get that, if you got that, you're done well. GU on the daily, not much has changed on the daily. So again, like I've been saying, we can look at this as the running flat and we go up and break that top, like I've been saying for, you know, probably a month now. On the H4, this one gave the Z down. So we got the WXYXZ. completing the structure with bullish divergence. We got the higher high. This was a perfect setup in here. A nice correction. We got a nice correction, and we were looking for this like A, B, and C. First target was hit at that 100 fib, and your second target was at 161.8. On the H1. So again, the H1 has been nice. We got that ball hidden. It did come down a little bit far, down to the 50 fib in the wave 4 or X2, whichever way you look at it. Come back to that 50 fib, but bounced off that 100 fib, 50 fib, sorry. But we got there was a nice buy setup in here. If you were looking to take this for the Z up, we got that ball hidden. I don't think this one was actually confirmed on the lower time frames, but yeah, we did get that Z. We are looking for that Z up, and these are your targets. If you're in the group, you see that I post these setups. So there's your first and your second target. NU on the daily. So NU, it just about got to this 100 fib, didn't quite. We got the trend line break, and this was quite sharp. So I am looking at this as an A, B, and we'll get a C down. So we'll look at this as a B wave. Even if it does break the top, we'll still look for that C down. On the H4, we got, now I was hoping this would have been the end of the move here, but we never broke that low, and instead we got ball hidden. It's not confirmed, and you cannot trade it as ball hidden. There's reasons for that, but like I said, sometimes even if they're not confirmed, sometimes the ball hiddens do go and break the top, or they give a really deep retrace. Even if they don't break that top, they'll give a very deep retrace, and the ball hidden won't play out. This is looking very correct, very impulsive. Like we got impulse down here, and we got the ball hidden. You had a nice bullish flag in here to buy this, you know, because we know when we get this ball hidden, and even if it's not confirmed, we usually always get a very deep correction, you know, back to say the 90 fib or whatever for a running or expanding flat, or for a regular flat, sorry. So we've got, again, we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 3 impulses. So we have to get a correction. You've got to wait for this correction. And we either get a C up and then another one down for an A, B, C as a running, or we get a C up and then we get just a regular flat before we get more upside to finish off this B wave. It's hard because we got that ball hidden. It would have been nice if this was the end of the move, and it still may be, you know. But at this stage, you can't look for the sells because we have that ball hidden, and there's no sell set up on it. And you know, I mean, if you were looking for the buy, you'd be looking for these targets, the 123.6 and the 161.8. Yeah, I mean, this flag here, I would have been just looking for the 100 fib, you know, and then another one down. But yeah, so we sort of have to wait on it. A lot of these we have to wait for that flag or correction, sorry. UI on the daily. So we're looking for this. We got that A, B, C. We haven't broken this top. It's nice to go and break this top, or else it's like I've been saying, this hasn't broken this top for the C wave. So we always want to see that C wave hit and even get up to that 100 fib. It hasn't done that. It makes it hard because we can look at it as a contracting flat, but you're never going to know with a contracting flat. That's the problem. They're the hardest pattern to trade because you never know if they're complete. So if we go down to the H4, we're looking for this as an extended wave a while ago, and I sort of ruled that Z up as an extended wave. I ruled it out because this is too large for this. The only one that was valid is the GY, which I'll get to, but that was the only one I said was valid. So we're not going to look at it as a Z up or this is an X wave. X2, we've just got one impulse down and we've got a lower low. So we're looking for that A, B, C, or we're looking for a correction in here to give us an A, B, C. So if we go down to that, well, in here, we're looking for this. It still hasn't hit our targets. It still hasn't hit a target. It's broken the top, and we do have bearish divergence. So we're looking for the A, B, C, like I showed last week, and these are your target, your first and your second target. We're getting it. This is looking bullish in here. So if you do get a break, you can take it and just scalp it up to the 100 fib. You sort of really want to be break even before you get to that top, because it can just break this top, then fall over on you and give you the A, B, C in here. So you have to be a little bit more experienced trader to trade this, because I think I mentioned last week there was a setup on it previously on the H1. So we got a bullish setup in here. This was very deep, risky, but this is looking bullish. You can sort of look at this as a W, X, Y, X, Z. If I just put it on the right. Okay, so your target will be, if you're looking to take this, to buy, and it is valid, you can look to, we don't have any bull hidden, but this is looking rather corrective. So, if you get a little buy set up in here, you can look for the buy first and second target. For the sell setup, if you're looking for the sell, it's because we have broken this B wave. We've broken the top of wave A in the C, so this can end at any time. Ideally now we do get that Z up, get your trend line break, bear setup, and then look for your short. So on the Swissy daily, so on the weekly, we got that bear hidden, and it was it's not confirmed, and we can't trade it as bear hidden. But as you can see, I am looking for this bottom to break the bottom, even right up here. I was saying we bounced clean off this 100 fib for the A, B, C. We bounced clean off that 100 fib. Now, again, the bear hidden isn't confirmed for the weekly. That's the thing. But like I said, sometimes they do go and break the low, or they just give a really deep correction, and we don't know if it's going to break the low because it wasn't confirmed. I'd like it to break the low now, because that's going to be the easiest way to trade it. for the longer term buy setup, you know, because your buy setup, your sell setups are up here for for the sell. I mean, you can get in some of these as well, but this is for your longer term. This was your sell setups up here, like I said, at this time. On the H4, we had this a couple of weeks ago. We had this correction, and we never got the cross. So I was looking at this A, B, C in here, and then the next week we got this larger correction. So we got the cross now. This is sharp. This is sharp, and we do have bullish divergence. But like I said last week, why this trend line holds, we can look for sell, because this isn't over. Right? We're nowhere near that 100 fib. This is your 100 fib here. So like I said last week, this can really fall over. If we go to the H1, again, we had that bear hidden. So these divergences are very important because it gives you an idea of what's going to happen in the future. It's a leading indicator. Your MACD, you look at it as a leading indicator. It tells you what's going to happen in the future. It can, if you know what you're looking at. So we got, this wasn't confirmed. This bear hidden wasn't confirmed. But again, it's sometimes they either give a really deep retrace, and then we get another one up in here for a deeper retrace, and then one down here, and then we get that A, B, C. So, when you know what you're looking at, you can really do well out of these divergences. So we got the bear hidden. There was a trade on it. I was actually in the long, and down here somewhere, and I got out. I think there was a sell set up on it, but I didn't take it. But yeah, anyway, if you get a bear setup, look for the sell while this trend line here holds. If it goes down and breaks this low, well, then we're going to more than likely get bullish divergence. Then you can look for the trend line break, bullish setup, and then you can look for a C up or something like that for an A, B, C. But yeah, cable on the daily. So this one's changed a little bit. I haven't changed it. I'll do it in here to show you. But we got an A, B, C. This is the 100 fib for the wave C. We're getting an extended wave, internal wave in wave C. So I've got it as an A, B, C. It's actually, that's become, we've actually got an extended wave. I'm looking at an extended wave in here now. So I'm looking at this as an extended wave. So we've got a WXY. We're still in the wave Y. We'll get an X2, and then we'll get a Z down. That's the way I'm looking at it. So we need this trend line here. You really have to wait now for that X2 safely, because we're at a low, and between this low here and this low here, we do have that bullish divergence. So going down to the H4, so we had this nice correction in here. This was the larger correction. Had a few sell setups, now we're nearly at that. We actually broke this 100 fib, like the A, B, C. We broke that 100 fib, and we don't have any bullish divergence. So we're looking for a larger correction, really. I don't think the downside is over, and we'll get that larger correction. Another one down. Yeah. So really, if we go down to the H1, we got an extended wave in the wave W, and we got an X, we've got a Y, X, and we're looking for that Z down. If you have a look here, we got the bear hidden again, and so we're looking for that bear hidden play out and break the low. Hopefully they do go out and break the low. This was another one. I don't think this one was valid either. Didn't give the validation for it, but you still can trade it. Now, really, all you can really do, see, this is an incorrect trend line, but we're looking for this low to get broken. So what you really, I mean, it's probably too late to get in this. And it looks like you're getting a little bullish flag in here. But ideally, we get a break below, and then we get that bullish divergence, breakout out of here, out of the trend line, and then a buy setup. We're getting at lows, so you really have to be careful selling. GBP Japan on the daily, like I've been saying for ages, nothing's changed. I was looking at this as internal, and we still go up to get to this wave Y, end of wave Y at the 161.8. Nothing's changed there. We did get a little cross, but I'm looking at it as an internal. Looking for this A, B, C, so wherever this ends, then I'm looking for that A, B, C before we get the Z up. H4, we got the 3 down in X2, and this was the one that I said was the extended wave was valid, because we got first X, and they're around the same size. So we got a W, X, Y, X, and we're looking for that Z up. First target's already hit at the 123.6 and the 161.8. And then we've got that internal W, X, Y, X, Z in wave Y or wave 3, whichever way you look at it. Like I said, the counts don't really matter. It's just the counts are only there to show you where you are in your where you are. So on we got a W, X, and I'm looking at this as an extended wave Y in here as well, for the wave Y, and then an X2, and then a Z up to finish off wave Z. That's the way I'm looking at it. We've got a contracting flat in here. It makes it hard because when we get these contracting flats, we don't know when they're going to be complete, and we don't know where they're complete. That's the thing, because we're going to look at this as a WX, Y, X, Z up in here, and then get an X2 and then a Z up. So I always like to look at things as we're in an uptrend. So I want to, if there is a possibility of an extended wave, well, I'll look at that as an extended wave. That's how I look at things. So yeah, you really need to wait for this X2 now. You need to wait for another correction. We want this to break up here to finish off this internal Z, and then give us an X2 and then the Z up. Yeah, so you sort of have to be a little bit more experienced to trade this one at this stage. EG, So we're looking for this C up. Nothing's changed on the daily. Looking for that C up. We bounced off this 100 fib. We didn't have any bullish divergence, but it doesn't matter in a B wave. H4. Now, last week, I was looking at this as an A, B, C in here for a possible contracting flat. It never gave us a setup for that. I think I said, put your buy stop above that top if you're going to look for that. It's actually better now because we've got an A, B, C contracting flat in the B wave, and then we've got a complete structure with an A, B, C. So now we have a complete structure with the hitting the 100 fib, which is nice because that's what we're looking for. You know? We can look at this as a complete structure. So we're looking for the buy. Here, it's very choppy. Sort of looking at this as a little flat in here to give it more upside, but it's not really impulsive. I'll try and zoom in a bit. So even this gave a correction. This was your buy in here. There was a nice buy setup there. I took this and quite a few people did. You got an A, B, looking for this is looking like a bearish flag in here. I'd be very careful with it though. You want to, if you're looking to sell this, you want to just, as soon as it gets to that 100 fib, you really want to be at break even because it can be at like an A, B, and a C down for a flat because we are looking for that upside. It's not looking very impulsive though. This isn't looking very impulsive, so you do have to be a little bit careful, more experienced to trade these sort of setups. EY on the daily. We've got this now. We've clearly broken through this 100 fib now. We sort of bounced off of it, but now we've broken through it, so we can start to look at this. Even though we do have bearish divergence, we can still look at this at the 161.8. So yeah, why this trend line here holds, you can still look for buys. H4. So we're looking for this W, X, Y, X, Z. Now, this may be the end of wave Y here, and we get an A. Look at this as a B wave and a C in here for running or expanding flat, and then get for the X2, and then we get that Z up there. That is possible. We definitely can't rule that out. But last week I was looking at this as internal, right? And we still go up to this 161.8. But yeah, if we go down to the H1, like you see, I was looking for a C. Now, this, we got this was like flat in here. It's, we got that bullish divergence. So if you got in a buy, you've done well to go and break that top. We haven't got to the 100 fib. We're starting to get bearish divergence. There is a little flag up here. You got to be real careful with these because we got this like correction in here. Come up, break the top, deep correction. So come up, break the top, deep correction. Come up, break the top, deep correction. So you're really bit more experienced to trade this at this stage. We're getting to a top. We're getting to the W1 wave Y end. So you sort of have to be careful. Gold on the daily. Nothing's changed on the daily. Like I said back here, you know, we'll probably get a correction for the X2 back up to this trend line. It's pretty much what's happened. Yeah, just on the daily, I should remind you, but I don't think we do have. Yeah, see, we've got bearish hidden in X2. So we're looking for that low to be broken. Now, like I said last week, you know, we were looking for this, well, a couple of weeks ago, we were looking for the target in the Z 123.6 and 161.8, and it just blew straight through those targets. And we've lost that divergence. So now we sort of have to be a bit careful because we've lost that divergence. But we got like this, you know, WXYXZ up. This is looking bullish again, you know. There was a beautiful setup here a couple of weeks ago. Like I said, I took it and then got taken out at break even. But that's trading. So if we go down to the H1, this is what we're showing. So we got a WXY. I said last week, look for your X2 and then look for that Z up. Pretty much exactly what's happening. You got a beautiful setup in here. If anyone took it, you've done well. So for the target for this, if you're in it, just the extensions, 123.6 and your 161.8. WTI. Nothing's changed on the daily. We bounced off this 100 fib. It's come back up, tested that 100 fib again. Like I said last week and probably the last few weeks, we can go and break this top in a B wave, and it's still going to be a B wave. I'm still looking as this as a B wave, and we'll get either a running or expanding flat, and then possibly more upside. We do have bearish divergence, so we are looking for a larger correction. Ideally, I would have liked to see like an A, B, C back to the 50 fib, but like I've been saying, that's unlikely now. You know, when we're up here, I was looking for an A, B, C back to the 50 fib, but with price action, what we're getting, it's unlikely because we're getting it's shallow and deep, so more than likely it's just going to be something like this, you know, over here before we get more upside. This is very this has gone on for a long time, this correction. There is a flat in here, you know. I wouldn't you're getting a flat in here. See, I was looking for this, like an A, B, C, and this was the end of the move. But then we got an A, B, C, A, B, C. So then we get the A, B, C. So if you do get in a little bullish flag in here, you can look to buy it. You're going to have to be careful because we will be getting to a top and then we'll get that C down. So you'll have to be a little bit careful, you know, with your targets. And there was a buy setup on it. Yeah, so we got an A, B, C, A, B, C buy setup. You really need to wait for a flag before you buy again, because this can just, you know, break the top and fall over, you know, and give you that C down at any time on the daily. So yeah, But at this stage, if you get a bull flag, you can look to buy. Why this trend line here holds? Pretty much why this trend line here holds, you can still look for buys. Bitcoin on the daily. Now this didn't, like I said last week, when I get down on the H4, I'll go into it. But when I was looking at this A, B, C, and we go up your first and your second target, H4, if you remember last week, I was hesitant with it because we didn't get the impulse. I got a nice WX, and I was looking for this C up or a wave Y. And it just, I said, because this is very choppy in here, and it's not, this isn't looking impulsive, so I said, you have to be really careful. I think I said, you have to put a buy stop above the top. If you get triggered, you would have taken a hit or whatever. But I said you can look for buys last week, because we are looking for that wave Y, but it's never really given you a buy setup. We got a trend line break here for an A, B, C, or WXY on the lower time frame. So we've already completed the wave C. So I have to take this off now, because it's not correct. We've broken this low. So this was only turned out to be an ABC, not a WXY. So now, well, you can see what we're getting. We're getting an A, B, C in here. We don't have any bullish divergence. I'm pretty sure we don't. Yeah, we don't have any bullish divergence. So now we've got a downtrend. So we've got this downtrend here. If we go down to the H1, so you can see what I'm looking at. We've got a W, X, Y, getting X2. We don't have any bullish bear hidden divergence, so it's going to be a correction A, B, C. This may be the end of the move, or we've got this as a flat, more upside. So really, you need this trend here. It's looking like you get another one up here for an A, B, C. Then you get, what do we got? Yeah, it's because we got 3 in here. So we get an A, B, C, then the A, B, C, and the X2. It's starting to get larger as a larger correction. So really, ideally it goes from here and goes and breaks a low, but it's not. It's sort of giving you a sell setup. If you get a break, I'd only be putting a sell stop at the break of this low and looking at this as an A, B, C in here, because we do have 3 in here. It's only just broken the top. It's more on the lower time frames of this correction. So yeah, look for that Z down. I'd be looking for that Z down. And then, then you could look for that buy, because then you'd have that 3 down. You got that 1, 2, 3 end of the with his Z, that's end of the move, and then you could look for your buy setup again. It's risky looking for buy setups in here, but Bitcoin's Bitcoin. It can go at any time. If you do get a buy setup, you can take it. But yeah, I'll be more inclined to wait for this Z down and then look for a buy, and look for the sell. SBX, we never got to that 100 fib on the daily. We do have all this bearish divergence. We still got this trend line in here, still hasn't been broken. So we're looking at this. We got the Z up, hitting the target at the 123.6, never went up to the 161.8, and then it's fallen over. But again, this is where it gets tricky, like on the AU and all those others. It's pretty much exactly the same. We've got 1 impulse, 2 impulse, 3 impulses. So we've got to wait for the correction and see what it's going to give us for an expanding or running flat or whatever it's going to do. We need to wait for the correction to confirm what we're going to get. Like last week, I had to wait for the correction, to give us the direction. And that's pretty much what's going to happen. We got to wait. You just don't want to jump in this right here. It's crazy. We did have that bearish divergence. We got a lower low. So really, we should be looking for downside. So this is more than likely a flat. We get an A, B, C as a regular flat, and we go and break this low, or we get a running flat or expanding flat. Just wait for this correction and see, and then trade. On the H1, it's the same as H4. The DAX, this broke out. We haven't got to that 100 fib, and we got all this bearish divergence, like I've been saying for ages. But this was looking corrective, like I said. It broke out and dropped, fell over. It broke out and fell over. We're looking for this W, X, Y, X, Z. Well, we're still looking for that. It makes it hard because we have to look at this as a B, C in here. But then we've last week we never had that bullish divergence, like I said. And so to wait for this and then a buy set up and then trade out here, for your targets. Well, nothing's really changed. But we've just got a larger correction. But now it should be complete because we've got an A, B, C in here for a little contracting flat, and then A, B, C with the bullish divergence. So now if you do get a bullish setup, you can buy this one because we've got a complete structure here to go and break that top. Unlike S&P and that, a little bit different structures. So yeah, like all of them, you have to wait for the correction or flag. See, you haven't even got a flag in here to buy it. It looks like a little flat in here on the lower time frames, but there's no real flag. It hasn't been a buy setup, so just wait for it. The FTSE. So we're looking at this as an A and still a B, but it's, like I said last week, it's starting to get too far. It's still valid as a flat. We'll get an A, B, C, and then more upside, or finishes the move. On the H4, see, this is wrong now because we've got a flat in here. So we can change this now. I was just looking for the C up. The C up target got hit at the 100 fib. Now we can look at it as a we're looking at it as that Z up. I'll put it over here because we are looking for that top to be broken. Again, on the H4, on the H1, we got the bullish divergence, and we're getting this. So wait for your correction, and you can definitely look for that buy. So I hope you as all enjoyed the weekly outlook. Hit the thumbs up and share if you got something out of this, and I'll see you out there next week.